Freezer burn occurs when food in your freezer is exposed to air that is cold and dry. This cold, dry air can start to dehydrate your food, which can alter the flavor and texture and leave it pretty unappetizing. The most common reason why food becomes freezer burned is because it's in the freezer for too long. It eventually loses a lot of its moisture and becomes freezer burned. It's recommended that you eat through the food in your freezer as quickly as possible and don't overstock your freezer too much, because if you do, it's going to take you longer to eat, which means it's likely to get freezer burned. Sometimes freezer burn can occur quickly. Sometimes this happens because the freezer temperature is set too warm, because if your freezer is colder, it freezes your food more quickly, preventing larger ice crystals from forming. But usually freezer burn happens because food isn't tightly wrapped, because even if your food is inside of a container, there's still cold, dry air inside of that container. Putting your food in plastic bags is a little better if you push all of the air out of it, but having all those plastic bags in your freezer can restrict the airflow. That can affect your freezer's ability to cool. So what's the best method for wrapping food to prevent freezer burn? Make it as airtight as possible. Vacuum sealing is generally the best option because when done correctly, it's completely airtight. But if vacuum sealing isn't an option for you, wrapping your food in multiple layers of plastic wrap, wax paper, or tinfoil, and then putting it into an airtight container works pretty well too.